Dak Prescott was playing for Michigan, but then have all of Michigan's defense on Dallas, and maybe, just maybe, Dallas would have only lost by 1 point.
Dude, I feel like their offense just tapered off super hard. I was telling him, they scored 3 unanswered touchdowns in the first half.
It was back-to-back-to-back touchdowns.
And then they decided to stop doing stuff. They pretty much.
No, what killed them was I can't swear so much. I got a limit.
Why? I don't think there's not a rule against that.
I got scolded. I got scolded when I came over earlier for saying the F word.
Too many.
No,
Fs.
but
Just say any words that start with F.
Well, especially because
too many bombs going off.
Especially because the administrator for the building I work at is a fan of the Clear Shots podcast. I don't really want to do a podcast where I say the F word and have him come to work and be like, "Good stories, dude." Or whatever he's gonna say.
Good stories.
It's just strange.
Yeah.
No, but with a minute 20 left, Dallas threw it on 2nd and 1 and stopped the clock. And not even that. Instead of Dak scrambling with that read option touchdown, he should have slid at the 5-yard line or the 1 yard line.
Yeah, but they had to score. I think he was thinking just score.
It's hard to judge him for thinking in the moment.
Because how does he know that they're not gonna have 3 more snaps, 4 more snaps, and not get in?
My thing is when you know you're going up against basically the most talented quarterback of this generation.
Yeah, I feel like you should take your chances against the defense.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing, though, is any amount of time you leave Aaron Rodgers is pretty much too much time.
Yeah.
It was like a minute and 10 or something, probably.
Yeah, I think it was
with one timeout.
When Aaron Rodgers took the field, there was 55 seconds left, and I was telling Bill. I saw Bill when he got here. I told him, I go, "Yep." So Aaron Rodgers took the ball 80 yards down the field in 50 seconds with no timeouts.
Yeah.
And scored.
Yeah.
And the worst part, and not even the worst part.
It's so weird, though, because why doesn't he do that throughout the whole game? It's he does it so well under pressure.
He's the human victory cigar.
You almost take it for granted. I heard that, and I almost wasn't impressed because you're just so used to it.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. You expect him to do that.
Yeah.
Like the Super Bowl, the Patriots, Sean, you were there when we had the Super Bowl at the apartment. Everybody and their mother during the party was saying, "Oh, turn this game off. Patriots aren't coming back." And I screamed, and I was like, if anybody's coming back right now, it's going to be Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And sure enough, they came back, and I threw it in everybody's faces.
I'm so glad I'm not an Atlanta sports fan. That would be the worst existence I can imagine.
Oh my God, it'd almost be worse than being a Las Vegas country music fan.
Oh my God. Too soon.
Yeah.
Not soon enough. That's how I deal with it. It was a tragedy, but...
That shit's fucked up, dude. I feel like that's one of those things, I don't know. If you're in that situation, apparently they couldn't get out.
Yeah, according to reports, there was only one entrance, one exit.
Jesus.
Because it was like a festival. So they had to have one entrance where they could screen people, check tickets and all that, so that way there weren't any loose ends.
I mean, at that point, the fucking concert's over, and just open everything up.
Yeah.
Get people the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And... they already have their money from selling tickets anyway, so what is it if a couple frickin' slags want to come in?
Yeah.
I guess some dude stole a truck to tear a fence down to get people out of there. Yeah, that's what it came down to.
That shouldn't have to happen.
No.
Yeah.
It's... People are talking about gun control with this whole thing, but we also should talk about crisis control.
Maybe emergency exit.
Yeah,
exactly.
You should have things set up for that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't just be not expected.
Yeah. You think of not even... I was going to say the Pulse nightclub, but when you think of the station... God, that nightclub that burned down, the station nightclub, is that what it was called? The nightclub burned down and everybody died.
I remember that.
And they they didn't have the exit set up properly, or doors were locked. It's like, how can you not, like, I
well,
work
also, how do you not, like, how does a dude get into the fucking hotel with an automatic fucking weapon?
There's like a dozen of them. Like,
he had quite a few of them.
Like, he had a whole
They're not something you can just hide in your fucking bag. Like.
And I was talking to your dad, and it's like, even though assault, it's hard to say assault weapons. Even though automatic weapons are banned from sale, you can still buy the parts to turn a semi-automatic AR-15 into essentially an M4 rifle.
Yeah.
Right.
That fires, 900 rounds a minute or 600. I don't know. I'm not a gun guy.
And I don't know anybody that really needs that shit. Even if you're a fucking hunter, you're not using a fucking automatic rifle.
No.
It's not gonna work out for you.
Like, if you're one of those guys, like, and I was telling him the same thing. My cousin has an AR-15, and he uses that for hunting and target practice. Goes to the range or whatever, and he has like 3 or 4 other rifles. That's fine. But it becomes a problem when, like, if I went to my cousin's house and all of a sudden I walked in and he was like, yeah, so I have like 25 AK-47s.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, oh, cool, Second Amendment support. It's like, no, that's, like, you have a right to have those, but you shouldn't have those.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, you have a right to eat as much Papa John's pizza as you want, but you shouldn't eat 3 a day.
Right, yeah. You shouldn't have them, like, stacked up.
Pop will catch up to you for sure.
I feel like it's so weird that we're concerned with, like, terrorism from outside the country when so much of it happens here, like, domestically.
Yeah, no, that's the scary thing, too, is and people will say, they'll talk about, this illegal immigrant murdered a girl, or this illegal immigrant raped a girl, or, stole a car, or robbed a bank, or whatever, and it's like, well, what about the actual citizens? I'm fairly certain that there is... By the way, the Usos just won the SmackDown Tag Team Championship title. That's why I'm giggling right now, because
we have Hell in a Cell on in the background.
the New Day is they're all sad and stuff, and just kind of savoring the moment. But no, it's I'm fairly certain that a high percentage of illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, are actually good people.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
I mean, that's almost,
it's
almost statistically impossible for them to mostly be horrible people.
Yeah. Because if they're bad people, like, say you have a group of bad guys from Mexico, why would they want to go to America where they can get killed by the cops if they get caught doing bad stuff?
I feel like they're already pretty good at being bad in Mexico. So.
Exactly.
Like, stick with what you know.
It's a very... I don't know. I'm probably coming off very ignorant or very, very simple. But that's just... If you're going to be a bad dude, don't be a bad dude in America, because you'll get shot. Yeah. There was a thing I saw online the other day where this guy tried robbing a gas station in Texas. And he pulled a gun on the gas station attendant, and 2 other customers that had concealed carry pistols freaking shot the guy to death. It's like, don't be a bad dude.
Right.
Especially in Texas.
Yeah, because you don't know who the fuck has a gun.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
In Texas, you just walk into a sit-down restaurant, dude will have a rifle just strapped to his back, sitting there eating his chicken fried steak.
But that's kind of the place where I want to live. Because I'm not scared of guns. I'm scared of bad guys with guns.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like I'm scared of... Like, I don't walk in a bad neighborhood in Oswego and think, the government should do something to make this not a bad neighborhood.
Right.
I should be thinking, okay, well, I shouldn't draw attention to myself.
Right.
If I know I'm going to be going to a bad neighborhood, I shouldn't wear
what to expect.
nice headphones. I shouldn't have my phone out.
Be carrying your phone.
Yeah. Be vigilant. Look around. You know.
It's not about, guns aren't bad. It's the people that use guns the wrong way that are bad. The gun is just an object.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how you use it.
Right.
And it's funny to say that bad neighborhoods in Oswego, because I mean,
Isn't
even
it?
the worst neighborhood in Oswego, you go drive around Fulton, it looks like an average neighborhood in Fulton. And, like, as much as you try to avoid, like, the Fulton stereotypes, that shit's for real. It's
yeah. And then you look at Syracuse too.
Yeah.
Syracuse was I lived in Syracuse for just a year, but going to college there, but that was scary.
And a lot of Syracuse doesn't even look as bad as it actually is.
Yeah.
That's the weird part.
Yeah, there's like, I feel like it's just because it's a bigger city, obviously you're going to have more people that are shitty.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going to, that rhymed, that was pretty awesome. But,
shitty shushy.
yeah, like I feel like when you have more people in a general area, you're obviously going to get more of the bad people.
Yeah.
It's weird, because, like, even comparing it to Rochester, like, I mean, Rochester's probably a little bit worse crime-wise, but it looks a lot worse. It's, I don't know, it's more smack dab in the Rust Belt.
More rundown.
Yeah.
You ever go on, like, Google Maps, Street View, and just, like, cruise around the shitty parts of Detroit?
It's cool that you can do that.
I feel bad for the guy that had to go through that.
Right.
Yeah, but you're wasting...
With the Google truck or whatever the fuck they...
You gotta know damn well they have the cops knowing where they're at. They gotta have the Google...
I mean, soon that thing will be automatic.
The Google car is gonna be like Rick's frickin' ship. That episode from Keep Summer Safe, where they killed the guys. They paralyzed. You ever see that episode?
I don't think so.
It's pretty brutal. It's
You have knockout gas on the sides of the
Knockout
doors
gas.
for anyone who tries to break in it.
Somebody bangs on the car looking for a free Hot Pocket, and it shoots him with a .22 caliber sleep dart.
Well, now that we're 11 minutes in, Bill and Sean are here this time.
What's going on, guys?
Bill's an old friend of mine, and Sean's my brother. And we were just hanging out. Basically, we were going to watch Hell in a Cell, and we were overdue for a podcast, so we need to do one.
We've had a scheduling conflict the past couple years.
Yeah,
we couldn't get together on account of
various
the state of Islam.
Schedules and
various schedulings.
I was just trying to hunt down a bottle of Zima. The whole time I was off the grid for a while. I did find a bottle of Zima in my underwear drawer today while I was doing laundry. So
good move.
Yep, solid, very good.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with Zima.
It's an instant classic.
It's very nice. I'm really upset that it's a summer only thing, but so is the WNBA.
Well, I heard that they might be doing it again, but with way more than they had, like for this like reissue sort of thing.
They better because
for 2018, they're thinking about doing it
they
because
should.
It's sold pretty well.
Yeah, because it's really not that bad, and they I don't know if C's Farm. I don't know if C's was selling Zima. I don't go there often, but I remember Garofalo's got it in. My buddy Steve told me that they got Zima in. And I was like, it was just what the fuck is Zima? It's not like I walked and he was like, "Hey, yo, Jake, we got Zima." It was more like it was like an inside joke talking about Zima and stuff like that. Because I'd always go there and buy Four Loko, and because why not? But
I mean, I could give you a couple reasons.
Yeah,
you guys just
I could outweigh you with reasons not to. Fucking
we got 250 pounds worth of Post-it notes saying why you shouldn't get Four Loko. No, so I got Zima, and Garofalo's got Zima in, and I only had enough time to buy 2 6-packs of it before they were completely sold out. And that was within like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and it was supposed to be a whole summer thing.
Wow.
But Garofalo's got their whole shipment in, and then they were out, and then by the time the next one came in, I wasn't there.
Yeah, they did like a limited run of it, but they're thinking about like bringing it back for
going faster than the fucking Baja Blast does.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that. Remember they did the...
They always ran it all summer.
Oh, yeah.
Baja... Yeah. Wow, Baja Blast?
It wasn't the same, though. Like, it's not the same.
It's Taco Bell's Blast. You can't beat it.
You gotta have the fountain drink version.
You can't emulate Taco Bell's Blast.
Taco Blast.
I went to Taco Bell a couple months back and I had the Baja Blast because fuck it, why not? And all I could think of is like, wow, this is made to mix with liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You're
it
right.
really is.
Wow, I never thought of that before.
I don't think I've ever gone to Taco Bell and not gotten the Baja Blast because like it's the only place I can get it, so I have to.
Yeah.
And like if I've had times where I'm like, should I get something else?
It's a wasted trip.
Like, when's the next time I'm going to be up here?
Yeah.
Because we don't have a Taco Bell here.
Right.
We talked
Closest Taco Bell's probably
that.
what, like an hour and a half.
Central Square.
Yeah. There's one
Central
like past.
Square.
There used to be one in Great Northern, right?
Is there not one? Is Great Northern even a thing anymore?
There used to be
more
one.
and more stores
really is on the way out.
Yeah,
wow.
But
more and more
then
stores shut
it's-
down.
Depressing when you walk in there, like
You remember when we were kids and Great
I haven't
Northern
been
was
in
like
there in a
the
while.
mall to go to?
yeah.
Yep.
And they had the fountain. Remember they had
Yep.
the huge
Yeah.
fountain there, and all the stores. Did Destiny just completely overtake it,
they
or did
just,
people stop going?
Absolutely, I think pretty
Both.
sure they just annihilated it.
Yeah.
Their rent is so high there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nobody shops in malls anymore
Good
except
location
for
for
like
it, that's why.
the experience, and that's why they stick all these fucking bonus things in Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
What do you mean?
Like the
Bonus
Wonderworks.
Like
you mean,
yeah, they got like the Wonderworks,
Oh.
like the thing for
Yeah,
your
and
kids
like
to climb all over, laser
go
tags, all
karts,
this
fucking
bullshit.
comedies,
The funny
stand-up
bone.
comedy.
Yeah, like we saw me, Brian, and Wes. We saw Doug Stanhope at a
Oh,
mall,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's crazy because Doug Stanhope is arguably one of the greatest comedians on the circuit right now,
Yeah.
and he was performing in a mall in Syracuse.
Well, they actually have some decent people come in there.
They had George Lopez,
Mhm.
Did they?
That's hilarious.
which
Wow.
you can think what you want about George Lopez, but holy shit, George Lopez, really?
Right.
It's a big name.
Yeah.
It is
it
a
is.
big name. It'd be like,
For-
I'd react the same way if they had like Dane
It's like
Cook.
having Jeff Dunham in
Yeah.
there.
I heard they got Christopher Titus coming in soon, which would be pretty cool.
Really?
The only time I've been up there was for Frank Caliendo, and then the last
that had
time,
to be amazing.
yeah, that was pretty good. And then I think the last time I saw a comedy show was forever ago, and it was Bill Cosby at the Turning Stone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shame how
I
that
remember
turned
that.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was shortly before. I think.
Shortly before?
Yeah, I think
Swerved
so.
us.
Yeah, he gave us.
Jesus. He juked everybody like Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
No, there's actually a clip from the Cosby Show where he's talking about where like everyone in the family's like all cozy with their significant others, and he tells his wife about how he put a special ingredient in his barbecue sauce.
No.
It's just really uncomfortable to watch now.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Oh, that's real shit, dude.
I lean forward 45 degrees. What the hell? You gotta be joking.
That's
That was a
real.
real thing.
Shit.
I mean, it makes you realize like that there was never a point in time where that was okay, but it was definitely looked at differently.
Oh
at a
yeah,
certain
totally
point in time.
differently.
There
I feel
was
like
the,
that shit was like almost normal back then. Like I feel like
They
everybody was fucking doing that.
Thought that was like his comedic like intention. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Yeah.
Like there's so many things. Like it's weird when you go back and look at like after somebody does something, when you go back and look at it, they were like putting it in your face the whole time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, just with like their
Right.
art, whatever art they're into, they were kind of throwing it in your face, and it was right in front of you.
right.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it last time with Chester Bennington from Linkin Park.
Yeah.
How he had so many like emotional
He
and
had
like
cries
suicidal
for help.
lyrics.
Right.
like
yeah,
that.
but like no one really thought anything of it
And
until after.
and they just kept making fun of
what,
Linkin Park.
what
Everyone was making
really-
fun of Linkin Park for the longest
Yeah.
time.
That's
Now
'cause
it's
it was-
hilarious. Like 4chan thinks that Linkin Park's music is actually good now because it apparently comes from a more genuine place. It's not just
Yeah, now it has a
angst.
meaning. I guess is what they're trying to.
But that's not how it should
That's
be.
still that's fucked up though. It definitely
like shit, if Chad Kroger from Nickelback committed suicide, I wouldn't turn around and say Nickelback was amazing. Granted, I think I said that the last podcast. I said that I don't mind Nickelback that much,
Yeah, I
but
think you did mention that.
I wouldn't put them on a goddamn pedestal.
Right.
If Chad Kroger came out and said, "Oh, I've actually been Garth Brooks this whole time," it would make a lot more sense. It wouldn't make the music any better.
Yeah.
I don't even.
I mean, I always I always liked Linkin Park until like there was a certain point where they like changed their sound.
They did
Yeah.
like the electronic, or not the electronic. It sounded like pop.
It was
music
more
almost.
poppy.
Yeah, the
For
third
sure.
album was where they started losing their way, and then
Yeah,
I
everything
liked
past that. was
Minutes
just-
to
After,
Midnight. Minutes to Midnight was my favorite album.
I don't
And-
even think I've really listened to it. I think it was after
It had,
Meteora.
it had Bleed
I
It
think
Out.
the first two were
Bleed It Out.
Pete.
Oh, yeah.
Deeper,
okay.
just that song, and then Hands Held High.
Yeah, I don't think I really
Until the
listened to
sky's so
anything
blue
like
as the
deeply
ocean opens up
after Meteora
to swallow you.
to swallow me.
Yep. That's the song. That's the lyrics. No, but what kills me too is I've been listening. I've been listening to Soundgarden this week. I really like Soundgarden, and I was listening to Super Unknown, and I listened to Fell on Black Days, and not even the lyrics, but the way that Chris Cornell sings that song. Yeah. It's almost like he's forcing it out because he has no energy left in him. And that was actually the last song that he performed. He performed Fell on Black Days as an encore at his last show and then committed suicide that night.
Like right after the show.
Right after the show.
Wow.
And it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Not kind of sad. It is sad because I think it's another thing is we're talking about both of these guys two shows in a row. Which is insane, but I guess that's a testament to how much they mean to us. Because
I think
Chris Cornell was just fantastic.
I think like exactly. I think to me it was like Linkin Park was like massive in my childhood. Like they were a big part of like my musical influence.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's like it hit closer to home than I would have expected it to. I think because obviously I didn't listen to Linkin Park for years. Really. Like, once in a while I'd go back. And it was really weird because I had started listening to Hybrid Theory, like, only a week or two before it happened. Because I wanted to just listen to old Linkin Park because I remembered how much I liked it. And I loved Hybrid Theory. And I started listening to it, and it was like a week or two later it happened. It was so weird, the timing was. Because I really didn't pay much attention to it. And I realized how good of a singer Chester was. Like, once I started watching their live videos and things like that. Because, I mean, really, the dude had a voice.
What songs are even on Hybrid Theory? I can't think of any.
One Step Closer, In the End, Crawling, Paper Cut.
Wow. Yeah. That's all on one album?
Yeah, it's all from Hybrid Theory.
That's
the whole album's great, really.
Yeah, you can make a greatest hits album just off of the first two albums.
Right, yeah.
And, I don't know, it's almost like they're almost two parts of the same album, really. The sound's really similar. And I don't know, it's just...
I mean, they have, like, a different vibe, but they certainly are this, like... they're going for the same thing.
Yeah.
And then it just felt like it changed afterwards.
Yeah, they started not necessarily sounding more like everything else, but definitely like a more mainstream, less distinctly, like a sound that wasn't so much theirs.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I think his influence has changed, maybe, and I feel like his emotional state changed as well. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, we talked about this last time, so I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah. I really like Guns N' Roses. When Bill just said you can make a greatest hits album out of Linkin Park's first two albums, you can make a greatest hits album out of Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction plus November Rain. That's their greatest hits.
Yeah.
I was never a huge fan, really.
Really? You never liked Guns N' Roses that much?
It's okay, but it's not...
Yeah, like their major songs are legit, but I mean, not really that much to get too much deeper into.
Yeah.
I like the 80s, the hair metal, hair glam rock. I like Guns N' Roses, and Van Halen's pretty good. That's about it. I got friends, like my best friend Dan's into Motley Crue and like Poison.
Mm-hmm. Poison's awesome.
I'm not a fan of Bret Michaels, really.
I always liked Skid Row because Skid Row is fucking badass. Dude, Sebastian Bach is the man.
Oh yeah.
True, he was in Trailer Park Boys. That's where I first heard about him with the dope train.
Yeah.
My first thought was Gilmore Girls, which I'm not proud to think that was my first thought.
What? Was he in Gilmore Girls?
Yeah, he was like a regular on there.
Wait, what? Wait, really? How do you know this?
I've seen enough of it.
I'm about to torrent all
to watch
seasons
all
of
Gilmore Girls.
It's not even a bad show.
Is that the one with Betty White?
No.
No,
What's
that's
that
the
one?
Golden Girls.
Oh, well, shit.
Oh my god.
Which one's the one with the Olsen twins? No, that's Full House.
That's
all right.
Think of the Powerpuff Girls, dude, for sure.
I don't.
That's back, by the way. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, it's supposed to
They
be
have
trash.
they have Blossom, Buttles.
Bubbles.
They have Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, and
Oh, yeah.
I think the other one's name is Bliss.
What?
Bliss.
That's a new one then.
All right.
The only reason I know about this is because I had stumbled upon a Rule 34 thread. I wasn't seeking one out.
I just accidentally landed on it.
I wasn't
You
seeking
get to
one
about
out.
page 17 of all.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't seeking one out this time, and trust me, I would tell you if I was. But apparently, she's a new character. Powerpuff Girls is a thing now.
They blew it.
Again.
They completely blew it.
They blew it. They blew Teen
Yeah,
Titans.
Yeah, it's exactly
Yeah,
the
they
same
did.
way except Teen Titans is actually kind of meta about how bad it sucks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as far as I know, Powerpuff Girls has none of that self-awareness.
I
Because
feel like they're all done by the same artist.
It's gotta be.
It has to be. And then Fairly Odd Parents, and they all had the same artist. What was the other one? Shit, there was another one that had the same fucking art style.
Dexter's
where
Lab?
the eyes are like very clearly one
No.
color, and like they're all drawn the same way.
What is it, the
Shout
Android
out.
Girl or whatever?
Yeah.
My Life is a Teenage Robot.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's the
Yeah.
one.
I'm really
Wow, I
embarrassed
haven't heard
I
that
know
in a
As
while.
far as I
I haven't
remember,
heard that
like,
in years.
I don't know
Like,
if
I
this
can-
is true, but I remember it this way. But Cartoon Network had like this thing, and they had like, I think they had 3 different shows, and they were airing them like back to back to back, and they were doing like a vote online or something to like vote for which show stayed, and I think it was Fairly Odd Parents that won that, and then there was like, I think the other one was like Billy and Mandy or whatever was the other show.
Nickelodeon, you mean? Because Fairly Odd Parents was on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, okay, I think it was.
There's a fair few of them that like
I don't know if that's
didn't get
real or
picked
not,
up on one and ended up on the other.
Billy
Yeah,
and
like-
Mandy
oh,
was
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, that
though.
show was awesome.
Billy and Mandy was really good. I haven't watched it recently, obviously. But I have nothing but I don't have any memories other than good memories about that show.
Yeah.
You know what it was? It was Grim and Evil, which turned into
Yeah.
fucking Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, and then
That was
they,
with the bear with the brain and the
Yep.
stomach
Yeah.
that talked.
Yeah.
Yep.
They tried splitting Evil Con Carne off into its own
Yeah.
show, but it was
I
pretty
remember
much
that, too.
trash.
Yeah, that was the show that was in like competition with it.
Wow, yeah, that explains because it was technically the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy,
Yes.
and then it was
Yes.
Evil Con Carne. Grim
Yeah,
and
that
Evil.
was a throwback to when I was young, and like you'd have like the bonus like other cartoon in between the episodes of whatever the
Yeah.
main show was. Like they used to put secret
Oh,
squirrel
yeah.
shorts in between two stupid dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Yeah, there was a bunch of cartoons that did that.
I remember.
Hell, I'm old enough to remember.
You don't remember shit, dude.
Yeah,
Wicked
I'm old enough to
just
remember
derailed that
fucking
conversation.
Looney Tunes on Saturday mornings.
I remember. I don't remember cartoons on Saturday mornings simply because, as a kid, I was only allowed to play video games on the weekends, but not
Oh.
until noon on
I
Saturday.
remember that.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
Yeah, I wasn't
play-
allowed to. I was allowed to hang out. I was allowed to go over to your house when I was a kid, but I wasn't allowed to play PlayStation. And my dad would tell your mother to let him know if I was
Wow.
playing PlayStation. Dude, that happened.
'Cause I remember
every day.
back when we used to play, I'd always ask you, "Oh, Jake, you want to play?" Like,
Yeah, you'd be like,
"Oh, I
"Hey, you
can't."
want to come over and play
I've had
Grand
my
Theft
limit
Auto?"
for the
And I'm
day.
like, "Nope, I'm not allowed. It's 5 o'clock.
Like, what the fuck?
It's
dude?
5 o'clock. I'm not allowed. I gotta play basketball."
I used to come home from school, like from high school, and immediately get on the computer and play Halo PC for like 4-5 hours, like every day.
On
Yeah.
what were you
And
like
then-
multiplayer?
Then have
or-
AIM in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would host a server and just do unlimited grenades
my
and
God.
like big team battle on Death Island.
Grenades on
like,
that.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Oh.
which, AOL just came out and announced that they're finally killing off AIM after 20 years towards the end of this year.
That's actually sad.
I wonder how many unique users they have at this point.
Right.
7.
Wow.
And like it's the same with MySpace. I'd like to see like their analytics and see how they're doing.
The one thing, I'm pissed at MySpace simply because way back then you could have a MySpace email address that was linked to your account, and I had a bunch of stuff that was linked to my MySpace email address, and like 5 or 6 years ago they stopped doing that. So now there's
That's probably when they did the entire rebuild.
Yeah, I have like my original PlayStation 3 account, my original Xbox Live account, and my original Steam account are all gone permanently because I can't sign in anymor.
Because they're on MySpace.
They're on MySpace, but I can't do the forgot password to get it back. And I'm not going to call MySpace help desk.
There's probably not a help desk.
There's no way to get into your MySpace email. It's completely gone.
It's completely gone.
Huh. I hated. What I didn't like was when they completely redid it and got rid of like all of your shit. Like basically.
Yeah, I got all my messages wiped, and I got all my posts and pictures wiped. You can look at my account.
Yeah, the pictures was like the crazy thing for me. It was like, what the fuck, like, what? Like that's the weird thing is like people think they can save their photos on Facebook and shit, and they'll always be there. It ain't gonna be the case because something's gonna come along.
Apparently, they're trying to turn Facebook into a public utility. So that way it's government regulated so that it won't get shut down because so many people use it. And also because there's a lot of
might as well do that with all the fucking
there's a lot of controversy sites. With free speech and all that considering Facebook. Apparently they're YouTube as well. YouTube is
not even like I guess Facebook is like not even really turning into that though. It's like Facebook is just a fucking bunch of videos now.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook and YouTube apparently are removing accounts, and Facebook's removing accounts, and YouTube is demonetizing accounts.
Yeah, they're really cracking down on that.
They lean to the right. There's a YouTuber I follow. Her name is Blair White. She's a transgender conservative, and her videos are being taken down for they're being demonetized for being too offensive. Meanwhile, there's got to be, for every Blair White, whether you agree with her or not, for every conservative you have on YouTube, there's at least 10 liberal YouTubers that are posting stuff that might be offensive to somebody that leans to the right.
I think
it's not being taken.
YouTube's pretty much demonetizing everything now, like...
PewDiePie is demonetized.
It's pretty clear that YouTube, like Google in general, is pretty fucking Democrat. Like, they're pretty left.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty goddamn clear.
It's gotten to the point now where they, if you look up news articles or if you look up 4chan on Google, it immediately directs you to racist threads. Yeah. They filter threads on 4chan that have the N-word
I mean, it's weird, though. Like,
kike or anything like that. So if you look up 4chan, it automatically shows racist threads. There was a thing about it. My favorite thing, this is the last rant I have politically. We talked about the Las Vegas shooting earlier. But what's upsetting is that we didn't talk about the Tennessee church shooting. I don't know if you guys heard about that at all.
A little bit.
There was
I don't think I did hear about it.
There was...
it disappeared from the media real fucking
There was
quick.
a guy that went into a Tennessee church and shot and killed, I want to say, about 15 people. Shot and killed 15 people and said it was for revenge for Dylan Roof killing people in South Carolina. And it was also, so he did it for Black Lives Matter. He did it because he hated Trump. It was something like that. But people are saying that since he was so left-leaning and he was such a Democrat, that's why the mainstream media is keeping it out of the news. But I think that stuff like that is just too fickle. I think there's stuff that you can think ill of the media as much as you want, but you also have to understand that they don't want to piss everybody off. They've already pissed the right off. You don't want to mask because a lot of people don't pay attention to politics enough to know who to side with, And all of a sudden, if you have a bunch of people that immediately go to the left or immediately go to the right, depending on who they follow, and then all of a sudden something else happens and that becomes a big thing, and it confuses the hell out of people, that people might stop tuning in or people won't participate.
The big thing is that, like, as soon as you start committing to one side, you're going to start following people that are Democratic, or you're going to start following people that are Republican.
Yeah.
All you're going to fucking see is that viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to see the counter-argument.
Yeah.
I'll admit to that right up.
That's like where, I don't know, it's part of the democratization of like information, is you can pick and choose what you hear thanks to like the technology that's arisen, and it
we have so many sources of
building their own echo chambers like that.
Yeah, and I was...
You can filter everything to what you want.
You can watch whatever the fuck news you want to watch.
Yeah.
You can
you can probably find a news program online that makes ISIS look like the hot shit of the world.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's right.
Right.
I just try and avoid everything.
Yeah, I just
to be completely honest,
I think that's the way to do it. Is just hear about something and then
draw your own opinion,
draw your own conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'll try to seek out points of view that I disagree with, because how else are you going to learn how to argue against something
where they're coming from?
You already agree with it, so like all that fucking reading that shit is gonna do is reinforce the point that you already agree with. Yeah. So you might as well just like read the counter.
Yourself up.
Yeah.
No, I made a big thing on Facebook when Trump got elected that pissed people off, and talking about how he catered to racist people and sexist Republicans and hicks and all that, and it was really funny that I had like, and I think people at this point know that I don't treat Facebook seriously. I should by now. I really should, especially if
everyone else does.
Especially if I get to a place where like an employer's gonna want to look at my social media. We were talking about that.
Yeah, that's
earlier.
crazy too. That they can just go look at your Facebook.
They can look at your Facebook, and I put a little.
I mean, but can't you hide everything, like certain things?
Yeah, I have it. So if you're not friends with me, you can't even look at anything I post.
Yeah, right.
But it's
honestly, that should be the default setting. Like, why wouldn't you know what I mean?
It shocks me how many people have their profiles completely public.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Sometimes you go to people that you're not friends with, and they'll have like their fucking phone number and shit, and their email address. It's like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, how are you gonna put all this information, enter it all in on Facebook, and not look at your privacy settings?
Right. They'll have their sometimes you find people's mailing addresses on.
Yeah.
Online.
Like, I feel like it's older people though, like they're just not computer literate, you know.
I remember when I was younger, the thing was, don't ever use your real name for anything on the internet, and now it's required on Facebook.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's not really,
but
you could make us like he doesn't have his real name.
My real name isn't on Facebook at all.
Last I knew, it was policy. It just never really got enforced unless somebody's trying to troll you and report you.
I mean, they don't really like. They don't have you like confirm your identity in any way, so they really couldn't know. You could make up a fucking name,
right?
Yeah.
As long as it like looks like a real name, it's not really violating anything. Yeah. It's not like they make you show a fucking driver's license to get a Facebook account. So they do. They do that for Have you ever seen the check on certain like famous people's pages? They do it on Twitter too.
Okay,
what they do is they make you show identification. We actually looked into it for the band. We looked into it to like getting the verified check mark, and there's a lot of shit you got to go through to get that.
Fucking birth certificates and shit. Like
like you have to verify.
You gotta be goddamn
who you are,
me.
And you have to like verify like that you're like you have to be like an LLC or some shit. Like
you
have to like
that even mean?
Like it basically means you have to be like copyrighted on. It's essentially like you have to own the band as a brand. Basically, like it makes it so you own your own material.
Yeah.
Officially, basically.
Yep.
Which is what we were trying to do. But like the whole thing, it's like a fucking rigmarole trying to get a goddamn check mark next to your fucking name on social media.
Yeah.
And like, is it really necessary? No. But it looks better.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it looks better to be more official, you know? Like,
draw more attention for sure, yeah.
I don't know, man. How did we get from Donald Trump to check marks?
I was talking about how I made a controversial post on Facebook and that I should stop doing that.
Oh.
Because,
yeah, but those are those are purposely troll posts. Like, it's pretty clear most of the time.
My favorite is when people that I've been friends with for years get upset with me about it, and then I tell them, well, I'm just kidding, and they go, well, you shouldn't do that, quote, because you're opening discussion for, like, there was somebody, I posted a right-leaning thing, as I often do. And somebody messaged me on Facebook and said, you know, you should take down that post. I think it was the transgender Tinder story I posted. And I made a couple tasteless jokes. I mean, I thought they were pretty tasteful, but the majority disagreed with me. And somebody messaged me that said, you know, you shouldn't say anything negative about X group of people, whether it's transgender or gays or even heterosexual people, because you don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable.
You don't want to use your freedom of speech, no.
Yeah, no, I don't want to use the First Amendment. I don't mind making people upset. What I mind is when I make people upset and they tell me, don't do that. And it's like, well, then just hide my post. Right. You don't have to look at what I say.
If you don't want to hear from me, don't fucking hear from me.
Don't read my fucking post. Like.
And it's
people like to react on social media, though. That's like the whole thing about it.
It's so funny.
Like that's their whole thing. Like they get bored and they just want to argue and shit.
Yeah.
Like I literally, when I get on Facebook, I check my fucking notifications and I scroll through like the first 3 posts and then I'm done.
And even that's getting more and more useless. Like I've noticed, because I try to do most recent instead of like top stories because it's usually more relevant and.
Right.
Not only is that becoming like less and less relevant and less of the recent stories, but the checkmark reverts to top stories faster and faster as time goes by. They're really trying to herd you into top stories.
Like
they're basically trying to get you to see what content. They want you to see.
Yeah. It's really crazy. The more you pay for a post, the more people are going to see it. Yeah. So you could just pay your way to fucking everybody on Facebook seeing it if you really wanted to. Yeah. We've had to do that with our social media a couple of times. We've boosted posts, and you got to pay for like X amount of time that it's sponsored.
Right. That's cool. I mean, it's not...
That guy has a motorcycle. Sick motorcycle, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love those Sons of Anarchy dudes.
Yeah. I'm trying to change my name on Facebook right now to DJ Rugburn. And I don't know which one of you said it, but it literally says, it looks like you're trying to include a title or symbol in your name. Please keep in mind that we require everyone to use their authentic name on Facebook.
What's that, DJ? They're picking up DJ?
They're picking up DJ, so...
What if his name is fucking DJ? Like, what if his middle initial is fucking J?
Well, I'll just have
D.J.
I'll have it spelled Deejay.
Alright, yeah.
Why are we trying to get around these fucking We're trying to find loopholes in the Facebook system.
Security thing.
See, and that's why I think it should be regulated. Like, why can't I not make my name DJ Rug? What if what if I identify as DJ Rugburn? I can have people on my Facebook that identify as a frickin' non-binary, gender fluid frickin' chick with a dick and chest hair.
Right.
Yeah.
But I can't say my name's DJ? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, with MySpace, like, you could put whatever you wanted, which, like, for me, kind of sucked, because, like, you'd have to try and find people, but you wouldn't know who the fuck it is half the time. You'd have to remember, like, screen names and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which, between that and, like, Xbox Live and, like, other things, you don't remember everybody's fucking screen names.
No.
I mean, you got to go by profile picture half the time.
That's a pretty normal thing now to just... I mean, I don't know. That's how signing up for shit is now. Like, it's...
Everybody has, like, one screen name that they use across everything most of the time. And it's the same with passwords, which is kind of fucking weird. A lot of people just have one password across everything, and they change the number.
That's a little scary, because...
Yeah, I mean, well, like, it's weird. I do it, too, and I really don't get, like, any security. Most things now have, like... They'll send you a fucking email or something when someone's trying to get into your account or a new devices or whatever.
Shit.
They won't let you do DJ either. Jake?
No, look at this. All right, I didn't mean to interrupt. This is goddamn ridiculous. I remember when Facebook used to be a place for fun, but now it's a place for being yourself, being your authentic person. Nobody wants to deal with me authentically because I'll just post videos of traps on webcam and Dark Souls 3 montages. So, look at this. Ready? If your name... hang on. Your name can include symbols, numbers, unusual capitalization, or punctuation, which is what Sean said earlier. Characters from multiple languages, alright. Titles of any kind, professional or religious. Words or phrases in place of a name. And then offensive... Been watching too much football.
Yeah.
Offensive or suggestive words of any kind. Alright, that's fine. Other things to keep in mind, ready? The name on your profile should be the name that your friends call you in real life. This name should also appear on an ID or a document.
Oh.
All right.
They don't ask you to prove that.
Should.
Says ID or document from our ID list. Then it says nicknames can be used as a first or middle name if they're a variation of your authentic name, like Bob instead of Robert. All right, whatever. You can list another name on your account: maiden name, nickname, professional name. Profiles are for individual use only. You can create a page for a business, organization, or idea. The last one kills me. How is... I just don't get this part. Pretending to be anything or anyone isn't allowed. Are you kidding me?
But isn't that like everyone on Facebook? Basically?
Isn't that the point of Facebook? Is to pretend to be a genuine person when everybody is actually a seedy scumbag that's looking out for their own intentions?
I always feel like it's people just trying to make other people think that their lives are better than they actually are.
See, that's why I'm really authentic and I just post sad memes and pictures of me with my gut hanging out.
Yeah.
Because I feel I might not be better than you on paper, but I am better than you in my mind.
A lot of like popularity competition. A lot of popularity competition.
That's what it is.
You know what kills me, Skinner, is the amount of the kids that were really popular in high school when we went. That are all over Facebook and Twitter and Instagram showing off shit that they do. It's like, all right, you might work at a golf course or you might be captain of the lacrosse team for your junior college in Pennsylvania.
But you're
too specific there.
But you're an alcoholic.
But you're an alcoholic scumbag, and nobody in this town can bear to be near you for more than an hour.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
How do you represent that in a
people
photograph?
care so much about
you just post a picture of me.
I mean, I don't post very much anymore. Like, I basically just post when I'm like at something or whatever, or I'm doing something.
Yeah.
Just for the fuck of it, basically.
Right, because you're not doing the same shit you would do every other day if you were sitting home. You're actually out.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like people just, like, when they're sitting at home and shit, they get bored and then they want to write a Facebook post to see how many fucking thumbs
it's
up they can get.
It's about sharing shit, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's like, I'm not trying to just share, like, random thoughts. Like, that's fucking kind of stupid.
It doesn't... Yeah,
that's what Twitter's
pointless.
for.
Get anything done.
That's what Twitter's for, and that's why...
just rambling on about stupid shit that doesn't matter.
That's what Trump gets.
I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that, I'm gonna make a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
Facebook is kind of emblematic of how, like, they've degraded the user experience, and it makes more business sense for them to do that. And you see a lot of that nowadays, and it's just... Sometimes I wonder how we got to that point.
Yeah.
Right.
It's because people didn't say anything when more and more of their privacy was taken from them. Think about...
Right, yeah.
They're going to see how far they can...
Think about all the websites and other things you use that either offer to connect to your Facebook or require you to connect to your Facebook.
Even when you download apps, it'll say, this app asks for permission to use your camera, blah-de-blah,
to go through your
contacts,
go through your shit, but just to
all of the shit, and you can't deny certain things.
They won't let you use their fucking app if you deny it.
Yeah, like you can't be like, no, you can't use my camera, you can't use this.
So why are you even asking me? Just assume that
if I can't use your app otherwise.
Your flashlight app needs 24/7 access to your microphone.
Yeah. That's actually true. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Although mine actually is built in.
Well,
So
yeah,
how
now
it makes its money.
I think they all are now.
They also have ads before you can turn on the flashlight.
Oh,
Is
sorry.
that
Probably. How else are they gonna make money?
You might as well just use the ad as a
freaking
flashlight at
ridiculous.
that point.
You gotta watch like 30-second fucking ad to get the fucking flashlight.
That you're gonna use for 5.
I think
For literally 5 seconds.
I think the
Just
amount
to
of,
see like
Meanwhile, you're sitting in there-
see your fucking hangnail. You gotta watch a Justice League trailer. Dude, I don't know, dude. I think honestly, like, social media is fucking everything up. Like, even with like I just mentioned, Donald Trump is all over fucking Twitter, and people love it and people hate it at the same time.
So dumb.
Dude, Donald Trump honestly
He
is
could be
like
spending his time a little more
he has other shit to do.
wisely.
Like,
Yeah.
he has other shit to take care of. But that dude, like, I kind of like
Leading
the
our
idea of him being a president as much as I don't like it at all, because it's like, it's almost like we're throwing a stick in the fucking spokes, you know, and like we're fucking
Seeing what
finally,
happened.
but it's like we're finally saying that we want something different, you know. It's like a hardcore way of fucking saying that. It's like a big fucking middle finger to the system in a way.
Yeah, there were emails and shit from the DNC that were basically saying that the only reason they nominated Hillary Clinton is because it was her turn.
Yeah.
Her turn to be nominated. Like, and I've seen posts online, I'll be honest, I've seen posts on 4chan talking about how there were certain websites that were tracking the primaries, the Democratic primaries, and how the user response was favoring Bernie Sanders, but they would report that Hillary Clinton was winning all the primaries. And that's why I think the Electoral College should stay. Because it doesn't matter what the popular people think. It all depends on how you roll the dice at the end.
Yeah, that's like...
I don't know.
The Electoral College
I was just
is
trying
there
to
so that,
completely
like,
derail my own thought there.
The Electoral College is there so that people who live out in the middle of podunk nowhere, like fucking Wyoming or some shit, actually get their fucking needs and concerns addressed.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would just be fucking New York City and LA, fucking Chicago that runs everything, and all you have to do is appeal to them, and everyone else just gets fucked.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, I always feel like there's this many fucking people, this is how many fucking people should vote. It should be unfucking filtered, you know? In a way, it's like, why can't it just go directly to the fucking person that they support? You know, it's kind of fucking weird, the Electoral College.
I don't
at the same
think.
time.
I think that I agree with what Bill said, but I don't think it should be one versus the other.
It's weird, though, that just because of where someone shit you out as a fucking baby, that's what affects how much your vote fucking counts. It's kind of weird. Like, it's really kind of stupid to me.
The part
like,
that...
why can't it just be fucking, I want this
vote,
guy, and then fucking count how many people fucking voted for that? Because that's how many people are in this country. Who fucking cares where they are?
Yeah, it shouldn't.
Who gives a
They're
shit?
in the country.
It shouldn't be like you should have to win this state and win this fucking state. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Like, it's literally, to me, I feel like it should just be fucking, I want this guy, and that's who the fucking vote goes to.
I would agree with you if Bernie Sanders won like I wanted him to, but Donald Trump won, and I am fully aboard.
The Sons of
Trump
Anarchy are
train.
back. Oh shit. Oh, no.
Like
Sons of
literally,
Anarchy.
legitimately, the only reason why I'm rooting for Trump is because I've known people that are mine and Sean's age, and even younger, that were old enough to vote this past election, that were parroting and rooting for Bernie Sanders the whole time,
But
and
didn't
talking.
vote.
Not even that. That as well. But they were rooting for Bernie Sanders the whole time, and then as soon as Hillary got nominated, they were like, "Yeah, Bernie didn't know what he was talking about. We got to go for Hillary."
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah.
You've been supporting this dude like for the past year or 2 years, and now all of a sudden, since he's not in the top 2, you're gonna ditch that?
Well, Bernie was like, well, everybody vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
You know?
So I
And
didn't
that was
vote.
fucking stupid.
I didn't vote. I decided I was gonna root for whoever ended up winning because I'm a bandwagon fan,
That's
as
the way to
most
do
Dallas
it, dude.
fans are.
Just be a Patriots fan, man.
Yep, and I am a Patriot. I root for Pence to win the impeachment debacle. And I'm ready for him to instill a strict Catholic government upon all of us. No. I don't want any sodomy. I don't want any liquor sold. I only want fish served in restaurants. Fuck red meat. Let all the cows live.
You know, I always
Zima for everybody.
I always love the idea that all these rednecks and racists were voting for Trump, but it's like, how come the rednecks and racists didn't vote against Obama when he was fucking running? How come Obama got in there?
I think part of it is because you're calling all the people rednecks and racists and not taking them seriously.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, especially kids that I know, I want to say her name so badly, but I can't.
We all probably
because she's hot, and I want to stick it in her eventually. And I know that my chances will be dashed if I say her name on this. But basically, she spent the entire election cycle saying, "Oh, well, fuck the rednecks, the hicks in the South." The dumb. There was a meme going around that it was like states that matter, and it was New York. You know what I'm talking about? It was states
that fuck us.
Yeah, it was states that matter, and it was New York in the Northeast, and then California, and then the rest of America was dumb fuckistan. And then it's like, that's why they voted against who you wanted. Yeah. Because you're calling them dumb fuckistan and not taking them seriously because they don't live in New York or California.
Yeah, that's a joke.
But the thing is
there's a higher concentration of dumb fucks in the South.
Sure,
in the Midwest.
But there's also racists and fucking
there's like a huge
rednecks all over the place.
There's a lot of living in a small town. Even though it's a college town, there are so many hicks in Oswego, New York.
We see it all, yeah.
It's amazing. I see more Confederate flags than American flags.
Yeah.
But I also see a lot of New York Yankees flags, which is also not okay.
Yeah. I don't know, we get a good mix here. It's pretty unique, really.
It's the melting pot of people that gave up on their dreams.
Yeah.
Oh boy! So we got AJ Styles and Baron Corbin and
Ty Dillinger.
I don't even know who that is.
He's
Dillinger,
the perfect 10, dude.
Facing off right now.
He is the perfect 10.
Is that why he has a 10 on his ass?
Yeah, yep. He's the perfect 10.
Jesus, he needs some more meat in there.
No,
I feel like if I slap that, I'll just be slapping calcium.
He's more milk,
already a perfect 10, dude. How can you improve on this?
Dude has been in and out of WWE developmental since the early 2000s.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, he was in NXT for a couple of years. He was basically the Undertaker down there. He was like the veteran that all the fucking rookies turned to for help and shit.
Yeah, the dude's got charisma. He can work, too. I think it's funny now we're turning into our old podcast. Me and Bill used to do a wrestling podcast for anybody that doesn't know. If you want to check it out, it's also on my YouTube channel.
But I was in there a couple times.
Yeah, you were on there a couple times.
It wasn't that good when I was on there. I'll admit that.
But I was on one of them.
Just won.
I think so.
I had no idea what I was talking about. Did he really just win? What the fuck just happened?
Corbin's the U.S. champ.
Well, they had this whole fucking thing where Corbin was trying to cash in the Money in the Bank and shit, and he failed.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so now they got to give him something.
Did he fail on purpose or
no?
They had
Cena fucked him over.
Yeah, they had Cena fuck him up during after the bell rang. It was pretty funny though.
It's funny because Cena has now been involved in every single failed Money in the Bank cash in.
Did Cena end up beating Roman Reigns?
No, Roman won.
No, they had him cut the shooty promos on each other. They had Cena tell Roman, "Oh, you're just protected and they won't ever let you lose." And then they turn around, they have Roman eat 4 finishers and hit one spear for the win.
Was I here for that? I think I was here for that, and I don't remember it. That was
no. I watched it on my tablet, and I was playing Destiny. I barely played it. I barely
really?
paid any attention to it. I showed you the promos though. Some of the promos.
Yeah, we watched them all together the last podcast
because they were good.
Yeah, it was about John Cena. John Cena ripped him a new ass.
Yeah.
Completely tore him apart.
Yeah,
and then they just completely tone out any of the preceding month and do what they've been doing.
He was like working like a heel though. Like Cena was doing a good job.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the side of Cena that like he should show like a lot more often.
Yeah. Like he was hinting at it back when he was doing the U.S. title open challenge, but he hasn't gone full blown with it since when Daniel Bryan won the title off him the first time. I feel like.
Yeah. Jake the Vape over there.
Trying to keep it discreet, but
well, I'm either gonna vape into the mic off mic, or I'm gonna go out for a smoke. I haven't decided yet.
Taking a quick fiver.
Randy Orton.
I might take a quick 6.
We're almost an hour in, so we can take a fiver if we want to.
Get some elevator music playing for the intermission.
We should just listen to Aesop Rock, huh?
Yeah,
he's a really cool guy.
So.
We'd probably get taken down. Actually, I think he'd appreciate it.
We would definitely get taken down. I thought about playing a song or two, or maybe just a song at the end. And I was like, nope, YouTube's gonna fuck us with copyright shit.
Did you? I showed you the copyright deadlock.
Yeah.
That video.
We'd have to play multiple songs.
Not even that, but there were. Have you seen that, Bill? Jim Sterling. You ever watch him on YouTube? He's a video game critic. You ever watch him, Sean? Ever show you him before?
No.
He's a guy, and he's a really diehard video game critic, and he doesn't take any sides to anybody. He'll call out everybody for stupid shit. Like he's part of the reason why the Shadow of War loot box thing got exposed because he went into the terms of service for the loot box and revealed that none of the money for the loot, like I don't know if you heard that they were selling a DLC for the producer that died during production.
Oh, wow.
And they were selling DLC, and it was the producer as a character in Shadow of War that can be one of your allies.
Yeah.
And it's $4.99 for the DLC, but in the terms of service, when you buy it, it reveals that none of the money that you buy goes towards his family. I think it was maybe like it was some of the money did, but only in certain states where the charity that they selected worked.
That's like some fucking Red Cross shit.
It was it was some Susan G. Komen type shit. So then he blew up about it. He got like 500,000 views, and now Warner Brothers is saying, okay, yeah, never mind. The guy is for free, and all the money that was already spent is all going directly towards his family.
Nice.
Because the guy was in his 40s, and he died of cancer, and he helped develop the first Shadow of Mordor.
Oh, yeah.
Which, off topic, but that was a really good game, honestly.
I liked it. It's just that it was like...
It was the same shit.
It was very repetitive. Because it was all, you find
you have to get to this
captain.
Guy.
Yeah, it's go to this captain and then kill him. And then learn more about another fucking captain. And then go kill another... I was like, where's the end game? Like, what am I working towards? Like, I had no idea what I was working towards. I guess you go towards the back of that fucking, they all stand in lines. In order
you work your way up to the chief.
Yeah.
To the chief
Which
guys.
I never could. I never could get past, the second, third
But
line.
apparently the main end game was that the final ability you get from the story mode was that you could fight a captain and possess him.
What?
And then you could interfere in your possessed captain's fights and have him become the chief. And I guess the whole goal of the game was to have all of the chiefs be your possessed guys. But when does that become... That is very intuitive. Not intuitive. It's very innovative.
Yeah.
It's very unique.
But
when does that not become complete padding for game time?
Yeah.
Having somebody work up and get 20, 30 hours in to get the brand ability.
Yeah, that becomes the game in itself.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And the story didn't fucking matter in that game. I stopped liking the story when the goblin you were helping out the whole time dies.
Mm-hmm.
Rat bag or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You help him out for the first 7 or 8 missions, and all of a sudden he dies in a one-off cutscene.
Yeah, and he takes credit for all your shit anyway.
Yeah, and I thought that was entertaining because he was a wicked garbage goblin or orc or whatever. But it's just funny seeing this guy become the most feared orc of all time. And it's literally just the main character coming in like a ghost and killing all of his enemies.
Like I said, I liked the Nemesis system, which is what they called it. But like it essentially, like what was cool was that each like captain had different weaknesses and things like that, so you'd have to approach the battle differently. Which, like, you could exploit it in a lot of ways. Like, I felt like anything that could be damaged by ranged combat, I was just going to perch myself wicked fucking high and just fucking pick them off with arrows.
Yep.
And then you didn't have to deal with anything that was, like, defending them. But,
I think...
The game itself was fun. Like, it was, like, kind of an Assassin's Creed mixed with...
Arkham.
Like, yeah, Arkham and...
Mad Max.
I don't know, just... It was pretty cool. Like, it felt really smooth and the mechanics were fun, and I thought like the fucking reading their minds and shit was cool. But after you do it fucking 200 fucking times, there's nothing more it doesn't leave you wanting anything really.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about Assassin's Creed as a whole. Is like Assassin's Creed, the first one was really cool. And I loved the second one.
I maxed out Assassin's Creed 2. I completely
you had your own town or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You had your own village or something.
You had something to build at, like.
Yeah, and that was fun.
And I liked Assassin's Creed 4 because you could keep upgrading your ship and things like that.
That was the pirate one.
It was a pirate one, yeah. And then the only thing I have to do in that game is beat like the legendary ships, which are super fucking hard. And I haven't gone back to it, but that's the only thing I have to do to max that game out. And that one was my favorite one, I think, because I feel like we need pirate games, and that was like the only one that was like
played
available.
Those Assassin's Creed?
Not really as much, but I've definitely seen Seth play Black Flag a few times.
Yeah, Black Flag is awesome. And then there's Rogue, which is like basically Black Flag, but it was like it came out at the same time, but it came out for 360 when Black Flag came out for the One. So like they were different stories, but they were both like the same mechanics. Like they were both pirate games. And I think 3 is the one I skipped.
It's one where you play as the Native American.
You play as Connor.
Guy. Yeah.
I think.
First you play as the bad guy. You play as a Templar for like the first couple hours. You don't realize he's a Templar until the very end of his
I think it's
story.
Connor, right? Is it
But
Connor?
then you play as Connor, yeah, and he's like
Connor is the father, either the father or the son of the main character in the 4th game. Connor Kenway, and then
Jesus Christ.
And then it's Edward Kenway is the one in the 4th game. And then there was a DLC where you play as like this fucking slave. Like Adewale or something his name is.
Adewale Agunlier.
I don't think
defensive tackle for the Bears.
I think you play as a defensive tackle for the Bears who's also a pirate.
You're just wearing pads and a helmet. They call it's Assassin's Creed Monster of the Midway.
Alright, are we going to take a $5 or
I'm taking a $5. I've had the cigarette in my hand for like 8 years.
Alright, we're back. We had to do some piss breaks, etc. Also had to turn on the fan because it was hot. AF.
Yeah. AF as fuck.
Yep. It's funny because as soon as we turn off the mic, there's like shit that we wanted to talk about on the podcast that like comes up like immediately. I think the first thing we noticed because we were watching Natalia versus Charlotte, and we were talking about how much testosterone they're probably on.
Jesus,
yeah.
Was I not in the?
You weren't. No, you were smoking.
I was out on a cigarette.
Yeah.
Talking about how like they usually have a little bit of bulge, just a tiny bit of bulge, that extra labia skin.
Yep.
Oh my fucking god!
They're all stronger than I am.
It's so weird, dude. Like a lot. It's like almost like it's a real thing. I feel like women get like self-conscious about it too, and like they like there's fucking people that get labia skin chopped off.
That is nuts.
Because it's too much.
Oh, I didn't know.
But some people like that shit.
They get their beef curtains chopped.
Yeah.
I don't feel one way or another because I think if a girl is confident enough to show me her vagina, I'm going to take it as it is.
It's like being circumcised in a way.
Just don't have an excess of hair down there.
Right.
But circumcision's weird
Like,
too.
Yeah.
I shave downstairs, so you should at least attempt to.
See, I'm always so
Are we about to
afraid
get
of like
in-
straight up putting a razor to anything down there.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
just try to keep it trim.
I'll do it for you if you want.
Dude, circumcision though is fucked up though, right? Like, it's not your choice.
No.
So that's the weirdest thing, is that it's like someone else just decides that you get a bunch of dick skin chopped off.
And by the time it would be your choice, though, there's no fucking
it's a little
Yeah.
too late.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like, it looks better without the fucking foreskin.
Right.
I mean, I
That
guess,
is-
If
but
you
is that
ask
what
me,
it's
dude,
about?
It,
I don't
it
matter
doesn't
much.
look like a fucking anteater anymore. But
Right.
it's
I don't
about-
give
Yeah.
a hell. I have had many opportunities to get my foreskin reattached, and I have turned all of them down.
Many?
Multiple.
How often does that?
I mean, yours, like, do they save your foreskin?
They're
and,
like,
give it
they're
back
like,
to you?
hey, they're like, hey, Jake, you.
They like,
they put it in a
I
cryo.
get, no, I get it.
Chamber.
They.
I get it. I check my AOL email and I look in the spam folder and I'm like, "Hello, Jake. Do you want your dick skin back?" And I'm like, "No, thanks."
they like save it for you.
Check
And then
mark the box
when
that
you're
says-
old enough, you can get it back.
They keep it in a
They
hydrator.
have just a whole like wall full of tiny little shells, like PO boxes inside. Each one is just a strip.
I would rather have my foreskin, like, don't give me foreskin back. Put bacon around it. Give me a bacon wrapped dick.
Yeah.
Okay, baby, want to see my scallop?
Oh my god. I've had enough of it.
Oh shit.
My scallop. It's just a plug.
Why does it smell like fish?
Oh my god. Well, you know what I love, honestly, is, and this is, you don't have to agree with the love aspect, but I know that you all appreciate it when you do shit throughout the day and you get ready to get in the shower and you take your finger and you go up the crease. You go up the crease of where your ball bag is and your thigh, and you take your finger up and it gets slick, and then you smell it and you're like, it was a good day today. You judge by how
You smell
rank
all the
it is.
results of your day.
Yes,
Yeah.
you smell the sweat.
Put
It's
in
not
a
even-
good day's labor today.
Yep.
It's not even sweat sometimes. It's just straight mildew.
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's just the solution. It's just the solution of the day.
It's just fucking.
It's pure coagulated shame.
Oh my god. We're not recording.
That's
are
why
we?
you want the. That's why you want the foreskin back. You get more of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Free cheese.
Oh. I don't think I've ever heard any of that described in that way. I don't think I really think about when I scrape that area, you know?
You scrape
Yeah.
it like with your,
swipe
with your
it.
fingernail.
What's the correct
Scrape it.
term?
A
What's the correct
straight razor.
Oh, it's like taking a
Comes off-
slice of butter out of a tub.
It comes off like a fucking putty.
Oh god.
Silly putty fucking.
It's just all trans fats down there. I can't believe it's not dick cheese. Put it on your toast.
Oh man!
It's better than Vegemite.
Every nook and cranny of the English muffin.
Oh my fucking god.
Yep.
Oh. What about English girls though, dude? You ever watch porn with a British girl in it?
Is
don't
there
know.
such
They
a
definitely
thing?
they make weird noises.
Yeah, their accents aren't that sexy when they're getting drilled
Yeah,
in the
it's
ass.
fucking weird. It is,
No,
dude.
seriously.
It is.
There's no way it has to drill him in.
That's very true. No, but British girls sound really weird when they're getting gangbanged.
Oi! Oi!
They're like, oi, mate! Hey! Alright, we're going to take 5 for tea and crumpets. You want to watch the football game? Liverpool's playing Manchester City right now. Shut up. I'm fucking sick of England, dude.
I feel like most porn is like overdubbed though. It's fucking weird. Like there's a lot of porn that's overdubbed. It's not really like.
See,
what's
that's
going
why I
on.
like the hidden camera porn.
Like, it's weird that,
that's
like,
the
there's...
real shit.
Because, like, who... Like, what kind of job is that to, like, be the person that does the voiceover for a fucking porno? Like, has to make the noises afterwards in post?
Wait, they do
Like,
that?
yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, there's some shit, like, I've seen videos where, like, it's clearly not this person talking or, like, clearly not this person making this
No,
noise.
you know what the thing is
man.
there's voice actors. Do you guys play Fallout 4
I did.
at all?
I
You
Played
did?
it, yeah.
The guy that
For
plays...
subs over dubs.
The voice actor the voice actor that
It's
plays
just,
the voice actor that plays Kellogg, the voice actor that plays Kellogg in Fallout 4 didn't know that what he was recording his lines for. He had no idea. So maybe there's people in the porn industry whose voices
just don't know.
Their voices are famous. Like, oh my god, you got a thick knob, but they don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They think they're doing a commercial
But that
for
quote
fucking
just
doors.
went down in history.
It's like a Priceline Express deal. You don't really know what you're getting.
It's
You're
like
just fucking-
Yeah.
Overstock.com fucking voice clips.
Overcock.
Overcock.com. Oh god, copyright, that's ours. Don't make a parody for Overstock without consulting us first.
Yeah.
Break into Hollywood.
We gotta make our name in the business.
That's our first T-shirt.
We also own Clear Shots Porn, so if you're if it's a bukkake based site, but the guys take a lot of zinc, so it doesn't look milky when it gets on the face.
Significantly less milky.
It's like
Clear shooting blanks.
It's like skim. I also own Milky Shots podcast, which is about it's about bukkake videos, but all the guys have really bad hygiene and diets. Oh god.
Oh my god! So I think that's enough of that.
All right,
It's
what's
leaving a bad
Whatever.
taste in my mouth.
Well, you should have had the guy eat more pineapples. Apparently, pineapple makes your cum
Yeah, there's
taste
certain
good.
things, I guess.
Citrus, citrus.
diet
Yeah.
and diet affects pretty much everything.
I mean,
You
yeah.
are what you
building
eat.
blocks of what you are.
Yeah,
of course.
Literally.
It's the same way your piss smells bad when you fucking eat asparagus and shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my
That is
god! If
different.
you're,
Like, I guess some people like physically like their chemistry can't smell that shit.
Huh.
is it like cilantro?
I'm not, oh yeah, because
You ever heard about that?
There's
There's
soap. Or
Yeah,
some
they
shit for some
cilantro
people.
tastes like dish soap.
How do they know what dish soap tastes like?
Yeah, you
I
have
don't
to
know.
have tried that.
Oh, it's
I mean, I guess it's like-
translucent and colorful.
I guess sometimes
Yeah.
you. I
Put it in
guess
my
sometimes
fucking
you can
milk.
like you can base what a lot of things you can base what they're gonna taste like on what they smell like because they're connected. Your fucking smells and your
Yep.
taste buds are connected.
I remember when I was a kid, we had this
A lot of
like,
times
you can't
homemade
taste-
snow cone maker, and they had a peach flavor, and it tasted exactly like peach shampoo smelled.
Yeah.
and I couldn't deal with it.
Like a lot of times, like your
Oh,
taste buds
what?
like help your sense of smell.
That's so
But
nice.
you can't taste anything without. If you plug your nose and eat something, you can't taste anything.
Yeah.
You have to be able to smell.
You can't hum when you
They
plug your
work-
nose
they're in
either.
harmony. In
Yeah.
a way. What are you trying to do right now?
You can't hum and plug your nose at the same time.
I can't believe this is what it's devolved into. We went from English girls getting fucked to humming with our
Humming with
noses
your nose
fucking plugged.
Derailed it like Pelham 193.
We just pulled a Brian Redband.
Oh god. Olive Garden.
Oh my
Oh, what's the next topic? Jesus Christ, I'm off the
Wish
rails.
we had an Olive Garden.
Mighty Mouse.
Oh yeah, dude.
Cool.
Fucking. Oh my god.
That suplex to an armbar. I haven't
Dude,
seen that
he's a
since.
fucking monster.
Yeah.
He is arguably, if not like definitely the best pound for pound fucking fighter right now.
Yeah.
He's definitely the best in flyweight. I mean, he's won fucking 11 title fights.
He's cleared
in a
that
row.
division.
So
out about as
he
much
won the
as
original
anyone's
title fight and
cleared
he's defended it 10 times.
11 now.
He's defended it.
He's
11
defended it
times.
11 times.
It's the most
Wow.
of any fucking
Yeah,
UFC.
he
So
beat
that's like-
Silva's record with that submission.
So that's like 2 or 3 times a year that he's defended it.
Yeah.
And these guys get so hyped thinking, I'm gonna dethrone
Dude.
Demetrius Johnson. No, you're not.
What's fucked up is that he doesn't get any promotion. It feels
Yeah.
like
Dude,
now.
I think fucking he was talking when he wasn't gonna take the fight against fucking TJ. What's his face there?
Dillashaw?
Dillashaw, yeah, fucking. Dana threatened to can the entire fucking division. And
Yeah.
I don't think they care for having
Absolutely
the little
crazy.
guys.
Absolutely the most stupid fucking idea I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Dude, he is fucking phenomenal.
The
And the
small
dude
guys
has
aren't draws though.
the dude is so marketable too. Like, he's incredibly fucking talented, doesn't fucking lose, and he has a fucking Twitch channel
Yeah.
where he plays fucking games. He plays like
Doesn't
PUBG.
he play Bloodborne?
He plays like PUBG and shit, like on fucking Twitch.
And
He's so
never.
marketable.
He doesn't have any controversy around him.
No. But they want to fucking market Conor McGregor instead.
Yeah.
It's like they pick one fucking face and then they just fucking roll with him.
Yeah, and the problem
Which
is
is
that
fucking stupid,
Ronda
'cause it's
Rousey
like-
blew it, so now they're
Yeah.
just down to like Ronda and Connor were on the cover for UFC 2.
You know? And it's stupid because like the sport's so volatile. Like it's fighting. Anyone can lose at any
Yeah.
fucking time.
They
Right.
should have had
Yeah.
created fighters on the UFC 2 cover. They should have
Dude,
had.
I didn't watch the fight, but I, like, the next day when I saw it #1 on Reddit, the fucking spoiler for it, I was like, holy shit, Demetrius probably lost. Like, because that would have been a fucking upset, and
Yeah.
that probably would be why it was fucking #1.
Yeah, that
But
fight was
it was
nuts.
it was a fucking German suplex to, like, armbar.
Yeah, did you see that? That
Wicked
was
ridiculously technical.
retarded.
So ridiculous.
No, that was insane.
And the entire fight before that was like just 5 rounds, one-sided, just clinical dismantling. He could have just held him down the rest of the round
dude,
and
it was-
coasted to the
yeah,
win.
it
But he's
was-
like, nah, if I ever want a main event again, I have to finish him.
It was so over, dude.
I was talking to Bill when he got here that in an interview, Mighty Mouse was saying that he practiced the German suplex to armbar every day in practice.
Wow.
So, like, I feel really
He was-
bad for the guy that was getting
Right,
those
he was
every
ready
day.
to fucking execute
Yeah.
that. Shit.
That's crazy, though.
And
They
he did
would've
it so
pulled that off.
effortlessly. That's what scares me
Yeah.
the most.
Ugh.
He literally just, he picks him up, and then all of a sudden, armbar. Done.
Dude, he just kicked the leg over the neck,
You know,
and that was fucking ball game. He locked that in tight, too. Like, fucking...
yeah, he had that
he was
thing
not...
wrenched.
Dude, he was not getting out of that
That
fucking
arm was
armbar.
like back here.
Not getting out of the armbar. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did in the fucking armbar.
Yeah.
But he had lasted that long, so probably just trying to, like, get that moral win
Yeah.
to get to the end.
quality loss. Like,
Yeah,
in
it was
fucking
like
college
the
football.
whole thing was just ridiculous. Like Mighty Mouse would let him almost fucking cinch a fucking submission in, and as soon as it was actually a threat, he'd just pop out of it
Yeah.
like it was nothing.
Yeah, dude, the dude is fucking well-rounded.
Yeah, that's the thing is like they say he hasn't had that much competition down there, but he fucking he's basically dominated every one of his opponents. Like he outclasses them in every aspect.
Yeah. And it's hard to say that you don't have competition when you can't really compare that division to something else.
Yeah.
Like,
Is
it's,
that the
Not even
lowest
that bad of a
division?
it's the flyweight division.
Is that the lowest weight? Or is
Yeah,
bantamweight?
Yes. It's like
Flyweight is the
one
lowest
fucking 20 or 30.
125.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's fucking
That's
ridiculous.
half of my total weight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so tiny, dude. He's like... and they move so fast and shit. They, like he said, they were thinking about canning that fucking division.
You know.
right.
But why would you do that? He'd have to go up a weight class.
He was already a contender at 135 before they came out with 125.
Yeah.
What's that, bantamweight?
I think.
Featherweight, I want to say.
No, featherweight's 145, I think.
What the fuck
Is
are
it?
the age ranges like for like?
It's all age. Like, age doesn't matter.
yeah.
It's
So
just-
if you're in your mid-20s and you're trying to cut to fucking I
it's
guess
all, it's all based on like whatever the division's weight is. That's your max weight that you can go in, right?
But with
So, like,
heavyweight,
but you have to be really fucking short and fucking skinny and shit.
You gotta
Yeah.
be
in a
fucking
flyweight
tight.
division.
Yeah,
That's really like
Heavyweight max is at what, 265?
65. Yeah,
Brock used to
Jesus.
have to cut weight to make heavyweight.
to make
dude.
heavyweight. Yeah.
wow.
God
Which-
damn it, I am so pissed at John Jones that fight's not happening now.
Oh my god, right?
That would have been the biggest UFC fight of all time.
Yeah. John Jones
Bar
is just
none.
the biggest fuck up ever.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that would be bigger than that would be like Conor McGregor versus Anderson Silva versus GSP.
Yeah, prime GSP versus Silva might have been.
McGregor.
I can't believe they let that fucking train go.
McGregor was saying something about how I don't think he really said it directly, but he was like alluding to maybe fighting St. Pierre if he beats Bisping. If St. Pierre beats Bisping,
I want to watch Bisping St. Pierre.
It's coming up like fucking super soon. I think it's
the next one.
I think it is the next one. It's like 216 or 214 or 215 maybe. 216. I can't remember.
I think
fucking have no idea.
This is the past one.
I mean, I could look it up real quick, but it's not worth it. I already know I'm gonna fucking not miss that fight. Cause St. Pierre's been gone for what, fucking 2-3 at least years.
Yeah.
And the dude was dominant as fuck.
Yeah. I can't get over the fact that you got all these old guys that are like get late into their careers and they really hit their stride, like Bisping, fucking Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, dude. Bisping like just came out of nowhere and fucking it looks like he's in Pride or some shit all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like he's immediately dominating people. It's fucking crazy.
Right.
But it's like you get that second wind. It's like he almost got like a bunch of inspiration out of fucking nowhere. It seemed like.
It's because he lost vision in his eye. He had a torn retina, didn't he? Detached retina?
I have no idea.
Bisping?
He might have.
I'm pretty sure he's blind in one eye. But he won't get the surgery until his career's over. Like, it's fixable. He can get it reattached, but he doesn't want to do it until he retires because if he gets the surgery and then gets hurt again, it'll be even worse.
Yeah.
He's got wicked cloudy vision in one of his eyes.
Yeah, but at least he can see somewhat. At least he can see that punch coming.
He's not going in there
lucky
blind.
bastard! I can't see out of my right eye at all. That's a lie.
Can?
It's pretty cloudy.
Can
with
see?
a chance of meatballs.
Yeah.
So the other day I'm driving home from, this is topic change. The other day I'm driving home from work and fucking, you know where like you turn off Bridge Street to go up towards like the library and the nursing home.
2nd Street?
Yeah, 2nd Street.
Yeah.
This fucking dude is crossing the street. I have a green light and I'm trying to fucking turn right. And this dude like just walks out into the fucking street super slow. And like I'm just like trying to get off of Bridge Street, so I'm going like slow, waiting for him to fucking go. And he slows down. Like he slows down and stands directly in front of the fucking truck.
Oh my god.
And he looks at me and he's like, I'm walking here. I was like, dude. After he passed, I started going and I rolled down the window like I was about to yell some shit at him. And this other lady that's walking by, she fucking does like, shakes me off. She's like, no, don't do it. I'm like,
wow.
All right.
Just looking for a problem.
I feel like he was like trying to get hit by the car or something so he could sue me or some shit.
People do that, and you know those people that like,
or he was just mentally fucking retarded.
You know those people that you're driving and like they'll almost hit you. They'll literally let you hit them. Yeah. Like they want you to hit them. They're like,
please hit me.
Yeah.
Please fucking hit me. I want money.
I've been in so many fucking close calls because of that. People are assholes, dude.
Jinder Mahal just won. What did he just win?
Whoa, where the topic is going from
is that what happens?
Way over here.
What did he just win? The WWE Championship?
He's had it.
He retained?
He won it off of fucking,
looks like fucking Tarzan.
Yeah, dude, he's had it for a little while,
Ugly
which is crazy. Because he fucking came up fast.
Yeah.
Like, out of basically nowhere.
I remember reading some Reddit posts. It's like, imagine if they switched the U.S. title and the WWE Championship. So you got Jinder with a U.S. title run cutting his fucking Indian promos, which would make a lot more sense and be more organic. And with like him starting with a mid-card title. And then you have AJ and Kevin Owens feuding over the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Like, everything would just make so much more sense.
Dude, it's funny because, like, there's always a better way of doing it, and they never go with that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so sick of doing... I'm, like, sick of doing our fucking wrestling podcast because all it is, like, we bitch about what they could have fucking done.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember the first podcast I was in was the WWE. It was the pre-show for WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
And we spent the first 40 minutes complaining about how much of a shit show it was.
Yeah.
But the worst part is we still tuned in for WrestleMania, so it didn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why
But it's not like we're not
staying
gonna
up
tune
till
in.
retarded hours of the night and watching New Japan.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
That's the thing is they know people are going to watch it because it's basically a fucking monopoly in the States.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they not only do they have Raw and SmackDown, their two fucking main shows, but they also have fucking NXT, which anyone who has the WWE network, obviously their fucking target audience is people who are fucking hardcore wrestling fans.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to watch NXT. And they also have 205 Live, which is right after fucking SmackDown. So you basically have... Yeah. So you have, like, Raw 3 hours, then you have Tuesday, you have SmackDown for 2 hours, 205 Live right after that for another hour. That's 3 hours on Tuesday, so that's 6 hours Monday and Tuesday. Then you have another hour, right? And NXT's still an hour.
Yeah.
On fucking WWE Network. So that's like 7 fucking hours of wrestling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And they still put out Superstars and Main Event every fucking week.
Yeah. And if you really like fucking wrestling, you can watch Lucha Underground on Wednesdays.
Is that on Netflix?
Lucha Underground.
It is on Netflix.
Live?
Lucha Underground's great.
No, it's I think they got the first 2 seasons on Netflix.
And then
dude, the fucking
Impact on Thursdays. Impact's actually pretty fucking good right
That's
now.
TNA, right?
Yeah. I mean, they just call it Impact, but it's definitely TNA wrestling.
Yeah.
They fucking
What about Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor, it's harder to find.
It is harder to find.
On fucking basically CW or I think like randomly it'll get a fucking midnight NBC time slot like once a week.
Yeah, you can find it on like weird times. Like sometimes after like fucking football games, it'll just come on. Yep. Which is weird, like, and it's a rerun. Like, it's like always Jay Lethal versus some fucking random dude.
Fucking, they got the title on Cody Rhodes right now.
Really? That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Fucking,
wait. Stardust?
Yeah.
He's in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Yep.
What happened to him being in WWE?
He fucking got sick of doing fucking Stardust, basically. Yeah. He got sick of not having his own fucking, like, being able to have any creative control.
Yeah.
Really? Well,
he had no control over his character, basically. Which I don't blame him, dude. Like, if you're gonna fucking if you feel like you're gonna thrive somewhere else, just do it.
Yeah. Especially because they're probably paying him a decent amount to be on Ring of Honor.
I mean, and was he like, where was he gonna go? Fucking being Stardust? He was just gonna be a mid-carder.
He was just a joke character the whole time.
Yeah.
Because he would come out as Stardust, and then people would call him Cody, and then he would have a spastic breakdown, and then he'd get like TKO.
And the story wasn't going anywhere.
No.
But fucking Ultima Lucha 3 was fucking sick. For Lucha Underground, the end of the 3rd season, they fucking had like
It's still ongoing.
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's a 4
I only
week
watched
thing.
the first part of it.
Yeah. 4 fucking weeks.
Dude, it was fucking intense. I think it was Johnny Mundo and was it Johnny Mundo? I think it was Johnny Mundo and whoever the fuck he was against, but that was fucking bloody as shit, and they like they were like going through glass and shit.
Oh shit, it was fucking
it was like a 3 stages of
and...
hell or something. It was
called. Yeah, I think Killshot and Dante Fox.
It was fucking I think it was Killshot. Yeah, it was fucking that was a sick match. They put on some like gruesome fucking matches.
So it was TNA?
It was Lucha Underground.
Oh, it was Underground.
Yeah, they got some
Those
sweet
are always
shit.
good matches.
Oh man, fucking nothing in wrestling will ever top the sensation just like watching the first season of Lucha Underground for the first time, because like you start watching the show and it starts out like, okay, wow, it's like wrestling crossed with some telenovela or some shit.
Yeah,
and then you get further into it, it's like, wow, it's wrestling crossed with a telenovela crossed with fucking Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the season, it's like, oh, it's that crossed with DBZ crossed with fucking Lost.
I feel like I want to watch that now because
Yeah,
I really have never watched.
The way they shoot their
cool.
promos is really cool. Like, it's almost like a fucking Tarantino movie or some shit.
I remember the last one I watched was with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I don't think I watched much of season 3. Like, I just kind of like forgot about it basically.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever think about it on Wednesdays. But I'll probably, like, obviously it'll be on Netflix, so I'll probably just binge the whole fucking season.
Yeah.
Which, like, right now I'm still trying to catch up on Dragon Ball Super, so...
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Dragon Ball, are you going to get Fighter Z?
I probably will. I mean, I can't really not get it.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that. Because it's basically Street Fighter, but with Dragon Ball Z characters.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's not going to be like Budokai, where it was,
Combos.
It was just combos and special moves. Like, this one's going to be an actual fighting game.
That's cool.
The art style is fantastic, too.
Yeah, I'm, like, waiting for, like, another next-gen...
Like a Budokai type game that I can play online.
You know, like, they did come out
but
with...
it's going to be more... It's going to be, like... It's going to have, like...
better combat.
Better combat. Like MKX or...
that's fucking sweet.
Something like that, but with DBZ characters.
They did come out with burst limit for the 360, and it was like a kind of like a
I do remember that
Budokai. It basically was Budokai, but they like it wasn't as good. But they did it just to like have better graphics and to fucking try and reboot it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, "Well, this didn't sell very well, mostly because it wasn't fucking available anywhere."
Yeah.
It took me so long to fucking find a copy of it, and then they put out the HD collection of Budokai. So like they essentially remastered it.
It was only 1 and 3.
It was 1 and 3, yeah.
And not 2, which is the best one.
2 was cool, but I think 2 was the one with the fucking like board game style thing.
Dude, they were all so good.
3 was good.
3
1
was
is my favorite.
1 was great.
Great.
Dude, like, because it
the
was
one
like
with like basically like the
So
giant
good.
roster to fucking anyone that's ever been on the show, right?
3?
Yeah. 3 pretty much had everything through GT, like all fucking characters. It went to like Omega Shenron Saga, basically.
the Brawley Saga in there. Yeah.
Xenoverse was alright.
Xenoverse had even more, I think.
It
I
had
feel
more
like
characters.
it had everything from GT, and it had Dragon Ball Super, so it had like Golden Frieza and
Had all the
Beerus.
movie characters, too.
It had the movie characters. Yeah, it had a fucking huge roster.
But my problem
But the thing was that you didn't use those characters because you had a fucking custom character.
Yeah.
So you would use that all the time. Because you could just jack him up with like... You could be like, oh, I need fucking 8 times Gallic Gun and fucking 20 times Kamehameha. Like, you could jack him up way stronger than anything that was a base character.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember making a guy... I think it was a Saiyan. But grinding him to the point where I could be Super Saiyan most of the fight... And then just ripping super Kamehamehas.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, because
once you get Super Saiyan, you can just spam
because when you get
don't use ki,
you don't use energy or whatever. Yeah, the key.
It,
so
like,
you could just
what happens is
kill everything.
Yeah, it just like your ki drains, and once it's gone, you lose your form. But I think that was only in the first game. I think in the second you stay at Super Saiyan until you're like knocked down or something like that.
I wish
because in Budokai they did the same thing. Like in Budokai you'd stay Super Saiyan until they'd knock you down,
right?
And then you'd lose your form. And it would always piss me off.
I wish
it would always piss me off if I was a different form, like than the cutscene after it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't canon. I was like, this isn't canon. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Toss it out.
Like,
the Saiyan was definitely the best race in Xenoverse, though.
Oh,
if you went with any other race, you get fucked out.
I liked Human. I did the Striker Human, and that was hilarious. Because you could use any combo attack in the game, and it would just be OP. Because you could use it indefinitely.
Yeah.
It depends on, like, the way you play. Like, I felt like the Saiyan was built for, like, power attacks, like
staying back more, and
key attacks.
Like,
whereas, like, the Frieza race was speed, like all speed in melee, and then the other one, the Namekian, was like health based, so it would like kind of regenerate slowly, and it also had like range too. Like you could like your arm would fucking extend and shit, and you could hit people at longer ranges.
For Frieza?
With the Namekian. But the Frieza was fucking like speed based.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. I liked the Frieza race.
I did a human character and a Saiyan, and I did a Boo whatever Boo is, the pink dude.
The Majin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I only ever did like the Namekian Frieza race and then Saiyan. And I did a couple Saiyans.
I don't know. I just got sick of running around in the fucking like the main,
the hub world.
Yeah. It was just a pain in the ass to get somewhere.
I was pissed that you couldn't.
You wouldn't like Destiny.
I wish it was more open world, dude. I don't know. Destiny is cool. I've played it quite a few times, but
Destiny's dope. My only problem with Destiny is that if you don't have people to play with, it gets boring as hell. And
I don't play with like really anybody. I just do my fucking milestones for the day and then I'm done.
Yeah, I do one story mission and like 1 or 2 adventures in a public event, and then I get off. I barely have any time in it. I think I'm only like level 12 or some shit in Destiny 2 right now.
I've already beaten the raid, so I'm basically like now all I'm trying to do is hit 305, which is max light level. Yeah. And then I'm just trying to wait until the Osiris DLC already.
Yeah, I was just talking to Pedro at GameStop. He gave me his Xbox Live account to run the raid with him or whatever, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah, the raid is fucking sweet.
I was at GameStop today for like 30 minutes just talking to Pedro about Destiny, and he was giving me all this tips. He's got a Hunter, Warlock, and a Titan all at 305 already. It's the only only game he plays.
It's almost the only game I play, and I still am not 305 with my main, my Warlock.
It's crazy. The guy he was telling me all this stuff, and he was writing, like, he literally, he literally wrote down, like, tips for me, and, like, gear to grind for, and, like, weapons to use, and shit.
There is, like, certain things that you should do to, like, level up faster, and, like, there are certain weapons that you should know not to dismantle, because they're really fucking good. If you don't, like, test out every weapon, you won't know what you like, because they're all fucking different. Like,
they really are different. And that's what I was telling them, was that even, like, I don't like pulse rifles at all, but even the pulse rifles are still fun to use.
Yeah.
And, like, scout rifle, I didn't tell you about this. It was like a green scout rifle, but it had a perk on it that made it so it was fully automatic. It wasn't that fast, but it was still automatic.
Oh, yeah, okay, you could just hold the trigger down.
Yeah, go. And then there was a thing I could go into the settings and change one of the scope to give it better handling better recoil.
That's the way to do it.
And it was just I was doing like adventures and public events, and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna be high elevation, just dun 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 dun, and I was just racking people.
Yeah.
And then I got a sword. I got a legendary sword out of a drop, and that's just it.
They're so sick.
They're so fun to use.
Swords fucking murking that. And you can left trigger lets you block too.
Yeah. Wait, really?
You can deflect bullets and shit.
What? I didn't know that. I know that you can do not left bumper. What's melee? Right bumper?
Right bumper is regular attack, and then you got right trigger for like uppercuts, like with
your special attacks. Yeah. No, that getting the sword was fucking badass.
But there's one fucking gun I just got. It's called Risk Runner. It was in the beta, but like there's this perk where if you get hit with any attack that is arc type, you fucking get this buff for it, where it has unlimited ammo. So you don't have to reload. It's unlimited ammo. You don't have to reload, and it's fucking arc power. So like everything you shoot, it chains lightning to every enemy that's near it. Fuck. It's fucking and it's a submachine gun, so it's like
wow,
and it's fucking amazing.
That's so ridiculous.
Cool. That's all I fucking.
That's what I like about it, and it's like a better version of Borderlands.
Yeah, I didn't like Borderlands that much.
We talked about this, and I was upset.
Borderlands always sounded so good, but I tried to play. I just couldn't get into it.
I'm upset about that,
too. I felt like it just took too long.
Wow.
It took too long to get into like the thick of things.
I played it on PS3, I believe.
I played a lot of Borderlands.
I think it was the first
I didn't like number 2. I loved number 1.
But with Borderlands, a lot of the guns felt the same. Like, at least with Destiny, I feel like each gun has its own feeling to it. At least at least
my favorite thing of Borderlands was
stuck
like
and lost and shit.
I couldn't figure out certain places to go. And
my favorite thing in Borderlands was getting like the best weapon of every brand. Like, Jacobs was, like, high accuracy, wicked high damage and critical rate, and then low fire rate. And then, like, TDR was, like, medium damage, medium accuracy, but wicked fast reload speed and high clips.
Yeah.
So you'd have an SMG that would have, like, an 80-bullet magazine, but you would reload it instantly.
Yeah.
And then they had the Malawan. How do I remember all this? I haven't played Borderlands in years. You had the Malawan guns that were always elemental, and then they had little perks that the other guns would have, too.
See, those are the kind of things I like, though, is the guns that are unique. Like, games that have a ton of different guns, but they're all unique. And, like, there's an advantage to, like, certain things. Like, you can reload them faster. They have better stability, like, less recoil. But there's always a downfall to it at the same time.
Well,
so, like, it has to fit your play style, you know?
I'm gonna,
like, the fucking...
I have Borderlands 1 on my Xbox, and I'm going to play that tonight.
Yeah.
I have to watch Clockwork Orange and play Dark Souls tonight.
You should definitely watch Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I gotta watch Clockwork Orange.
That movie is not really for everyone, though. No. Like, it's got a weird art style.
I think it'll be okay.
And it's got a very crazy, like, it's got its own, like, language.
Did you watch Gerald's Game yet?
No.
You gotta watch Gerald's Game. Don't watch it with Katie. It'll be really funny. Because it's about this married couple that goes to a secluded cabin to spice up their sex life and have a bunch of dirty sex. And in the beginning, the husband handcuffs the wife to the bed, and he has a heart attack while he's drilling her. And she's stuck there. And she has to figure out how to get out. That's the whole movie, and it's goddamn amazing.
That's sick.
Dude, Skinner, want to know how bad, like, not bad, but want to know how, like, good this movie was? Dan and I watched it the other night.
Not how bad, how good.
Yeah, I talk weird. I don't want to speak in my ebonics and my frickin' substitution words. You want to know how gruesome this movie was? It made me and Dan uncomfortable.
Wow, that takes a lot.
Like, Dan was literally like, we got to a point where we had to pause it because it was making both of us that uncomfortable. And, like, we love fucked up horror movies like Antichrist or Martyrs.
I've seen Antichrist.
Antichrist is phenomenal. Martyrs is great. We watched, like, August Underground and all that. And, like, we love really gritty movies like that. But Gerald's Game, of all the movies him and I have seen together, Gerald's Game made us uncomfortable. Just the sound of that makes it seem like it's about a husband that just streams COD Advanced Warfare on Twitch, and the wife just has affairs in the background because she's pissed at him.
My God.
Like, that's what it sounds like, but it's actually the best horror movie I've seen since, like, Starry Eyes.
I need to get some horror movies. Like, I've been trying to watch some horror movies this month, and I don't know what to fucking watch. It's so hard to find a fucking horror movie that doesn't look low budget. You know what I mean?
And
I'm actually looking through Netflix right now. Netflix
I can't find shit on Netflix because everything looks horrible.
No,
but the thing about Netflix is that, like, you see something that looks horrible, and you play it, and sometimes it's fucking good. Like, you don't fucking have any idea.
Yeah. I have a perfect list on Netflix.
Have you ever seen...
yes.
The Prestige?
No, actually.
That is
that the one about the cop?
It's a Nolan movie. It came out, like, after Batman Begins. Christopher Nolan. It came out after... I think it came out between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
It's got
I want to say
Denzel.
that. It's got...
Wait.
There's
The Prestige and there's Prestige.
The Prestige.
The cop movie.
It's called The Prestige. It's about fucking magicians.
Oh. Alright, no, I haven't seen that
It's got Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, and then the fucking dude that played Alfred. It's got David Bowie. Yeah, it's fucking sick. It's actually really fucking good. It's about two feuding musicians, and, like, they sabotage each other's tricks and shit. It's a sci-fi, basically, but it doesn't really tell you it's a sci-fi until, like, halfway through the fucking movie.
Oh,
but it's pretty mind-blowing. It's pretty mind-blowing.
Have you seen Equilibrium? With Christian Bale and Sean Bean?
No.
It's about, this, totalitarian, dystopian government, makes it so they basically install humans with chips that deprive them of emotion and creativity so they can work to make the economy work better. And Christian Bale and Sean Bean are part of this special tactics squad that finds people that take their chips out to become artists or musicians or anything like that, and they execute the people and then burn their art.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
It's fucking ridiculous. That's a movie we gotta watch. You gotta watch It Follows.
That sounds badass.
It Follows was really good. The concept is really stupid, and that's why I'm not going to tell you about it. Alright, I'm going to.
You
But
got to now.
It Follows is basically about this girl hooks up with this really hot guy, and he kidnaps her and tells her, he goes, yeah, so you and I just had sex, and there's going to be a demon that follows you around at walking speed to kill you. Basically rape you to death. And it's basically like a metaphor for STDs. It's really fucked up. Like,
that's crazy.
No, it sounds...
That's kind of cool.
It's really fucking cool. Like, it's probably one of the best movies I've seen in years.
That's sick.
The movie's so good, I bought it on Blu-ray. And I don't buy movies. The only other movie I have on Blu-ray is Pulp Fiction and Prometheus. So don't judge me with that, but...
I fucking have a couple... Like, the only ones I have on Blu-ray are the ones I really like Interstellar and shit like that.
Still,
fucking, I want to see Blade Runner.
The
that
new
looks
one?
fucking
Or
cool.
the old one?
The new one.
Cool.
Have you seen the old one?
Yeah, I've seen the old one.
Alright, we gotta see... You work at the movie theater. Go see it.
Yeah, I think I'm going, like, Wednesday or something, probably.
I'll go. Maybe.
I'll probably go sometime.
I still need to go see the new Kingsman movie.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go see it the other day and with my
It's still
dad,
playing.
but our schedules didn't match up because I don't get out of work until 8:30, and he's already in bed by then. So
Yeah, I definitely want to see Blade Runner, and then Star Wars, obviously. The trailer's coming out tomorrow, apparently.
wait, what?
The new
Episode
trailer for
8
it? Yeah.
comes out
The
this year?
The trailer is coming out. I think it is,
I thought Episode 8 was next year.
It's next year, technically. I mean, technically speaking.
The Last Jedi?
2018.
What?
Yeah, there's our poster up in the theater already for it.
That movie is... Force Awakens was really good.
I mean, it was a lot of rehash shit.
But I think it did a good job at making people interested in the series again.
I think it made people buy into the characters, for sure.
Yeah, and that's really the whole point. Star Wars wasn't really about a ridiculous, over-the-top...
They also
it was a ridiculous, over-the-top story. There wasn't much depth to the original trilogy. There certainly wasn't any depth to the prequels.
Yeah.
But
I fucking loved the fucking... Return of the Jedi was fucking godly. The Empire Strikes Back was great. Dude, the original trilogy was, like, just amazing. I fucking...
Did you like Rogue One?
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked Rogue One.
It built kind of slow.
I thought it was really dark in the end.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Rogue One?
It's almost too bad that the 4, 5, and 6 were made before 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean? Just because, like...
Yeah.
I feel like 4, 5, and 6 could have been way better.
The thing is, though, is that 4, 5, and 6 are better than 1, 2, and 3, even though they were made 30 years before.
Yeah, like, I really feel like 4, 5, and 6...
Yeah, but action-wise, like...
Yeah,
the action
no,
and
I see what you mean.
Like, yeah.
The special effects and shit.
Exactly. That's like,
Attack
I think
of
that's...
the Clones,
when
they're in the Coliseum.
That was so good.
That was
I think that's the only downfall of, like, 4, 5, and 6 was their special effects.
The videography, yeah.
Which is why they re-released it, like, fucking 18 times. You know?
They put Hayden Christensen in Episode 6.
They did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. When... Spoiler alert. When Darth Vader dies...
How the fuck do you not know? You can't spoiler alert Star Wars. Everybody's fucking already seen Star Wars.
When Darth Vader dies at the end of 6, and then they're celebrating on Endor... The original, you know, there's the ghost of Yoda and there's the ghost of Ben Kenobi, and the original ghost for Darth Vader was just some random dude.
Some dude, yeah.
But then when Hayden Christensen played in the prequels, they put Hayden Christensen as the ghost for Darth Vader.
Wow. That's pretty cool, though.
Right? They also enhanced when they re-released 4, 5, and 6. They enhanced the CGI for Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah,
Jabba the Hutt. Used to be,
and the fucking like weird monster and shit down under him.
The Meg Griffin.
Meg. Yes, that's the one.
I know what you mean. I wanted to say the Gulag, but that's...
I wonder where the Gulag. I wonder where that guy is now that originally played the ghost of fucking Anakin Skywalker.
He fucking slit his wrist because he was replaced by Hayden Christensen.
He got paid to fucking stand there for 5 seconds in one shot of the movie.
Like, I want to say it was the original actor for Darth Vader. Because the
actor, under the mask?
The guy under the mask, I want to say it was him.
It might
because
have
it wasn't...
They have the scene on YouTube of him saying all the lines. Because, like, obviously James Earl Jones dubbed over it to do the voice for Vader.
It's so bad. I've seen that.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, my God. Fuck that guy. I wish they had, who's the guy that... I wish Isaac Hayes was the voice of Darth Vader.
I mean, yeah.
I just want you to join the dark side, children.
Children.
Oh my God! No, I've been when I'm just playing video games or if I'm just doing nothing, like if I'm on 4chan or Reddit or whatever and not doing anything, I have South Park on all the time, and I lost my mind the other night. There's an episode. It's the episode talking about Catholic priests molesting kids. And a woman takes the kids into the counselor room, and they're like, has your Catholic priest ever put anything in your butt? And Butters is like a goldfish? Yeah. But not even that. It's Stan, Cartman, and Kenny and Butters sitting on the curb, and they're like, they're slumped, and they're like, what would a priest want to stick in our butts?
Yeah, I just watched it.
And then Chef goes up and he goes, how's it going, children? They're like, hey, Chef, what would a priest want to stick in our butts? And he goes, goodbye. And you don't see him for the rest of the episode.
I do remember that vividly.
Oh, yeah, and they use that. That's one of the voice clips they use when Chef comes back in that one episode.
Oh, my God.
Where they resurrected him, basically, for an
and
episode.
They just use the
voice clips from the old episode.
That is gotta
like, children! And he's like, goodbye. Those are like the 3. He has like 3 different clips that they use the whole time.
I want to make love to your asshole, children.
Your asshole, children. That's so fucking good, dude.
I feel really bad because Isaac Hayes died like a year later, and I wish there would have been a way, like, I don't know. I really wish Isaac Hayes would have had a sense of humor about it, because he was okay with Matt and Trey making fun of literally everything else. Yeah, he never said anything about them making fun of anything else, but as soon as it was Scientology, it was over the line.
Yeah. Once they got into Lord Xenu, dude, you can't insult Lord Xenu. Yeah. That's
I love when they're explaining Scientology and it pops up on the screen. It's like, this is what Scientologists actually believe. We're not kidding at all. This is word for word.
Man, there's some crazy shit about that, man. They're like not even allowed to fucking leave once they're in that shit. Like, they get in some serious shit once you're a Scientologist. You can't fucking leave.
Yeah, because you have to... They tie your bank account to the fucking cult, dude. Mm-hmm. So when you leave, they take all your assets. You have to tie your assets in your 401k to Scientology.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
No, it shouldn't be allowed, honestly. It's really messed up.
People buy into it, though. A lot of people, the reason they did it is because, like... It seemed legit, like the original fucking like ideologies of it seemed legit, and like they were all about being a good person and shit. And then it just kept expanding and got crazier and fucking crazier, and then it just turned into a fucking cult.
As soon as L. Ron Hoya Bembe died, they just went over the top.
Exactly,
with it.
Because when it changed fucking hands,
because he really was a decent person.
Yeah, there was a dude on Rogan that is like the dad of the guy who's the leader of Scientology right now, and he was on there. He was on there maybe like 4 months ago or so. But if you want to listen to that, fucking please do, because it's actually really interesting.
They also have a girl that escaped from Scientology, and her whole family.
Yeah.
Her whole family disowned her for it.
Yeah, it's really weird. She was on fucking like Hollywood Squares or some shit too. Yep. There's a YouTube clip of her on like Hollywood Squares. Or no, it was Deal or No Deal. It was Howard Stern.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they were doing like the weird fucking.
Her name's not. No, what's her name?
Not the chick from King of Queens.
No, she's like
it's not Lena. Lena Dunham is not no.
Or Leah Remini.
Yeah, Lena Remini.
Fuck, I can't remember.
Elena Remini, something Remini. Yeah, no, Bill got it. It's something Remini,
something like that. But she's also on Rogan, and that was a good podcast too. It was fun to listen to. It's interesting to learn about that because it's a fucked up fucking religion. I guess it's
it's almost something that like I would be okay with joining up with because what they promote. But when you get into them,
it gets too deep.
It gets really fucked up, and they, I don't really like. I'm more supportive of the idea of science actually being in control rather than a guy that died 2017 years ago.
Yeah. Right? I feel like it's almost insulting to have the word science as the base word for it.
You ever hear about how they actually, like, got fucking officially, like, made a religion? They fucking infiltrated the IRS. Like, they had people, like, they installed people working there, and they had people break the fucking, steal a shit ton of documents and shit, and basically blackmail the IRS into recognizing them as a religion.
Wow.
Like, they're pretty much the only people to ever come out on top versus the IRS.
Yeah, no,
That's fucking crazy.
Because you can cheat the system as long as you want, but as soon as the IRS comes for you, you're done.
Well, we're 2 hours in now, so I think we're going to wrap it up because Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens in a Hell in a Cell match is on, so I think we're going to call it quits.
If there's any message to take away from this podcast...
Don't be a Scientologist. Don't cut your dick skin off.
Yep.
Mighty Mouse is the GOAT.
Don't fuck with the IRS.
Yeah.
And watch Gerald's Game.
Also watch Lucha Underground
and Clockwork Orange, and play Dark Souls 3.
And I guess maybe just keep up with the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep up with the podcast.
Yeah, the only sensible comment.
At least we got one logical person in this. All right, guys. Well, thank you for being on. We appreciate it. You guys can come on whenever. Seriously, like we honestly
for having us.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I always like having multiple people because it helps carry the conversation and steer it in different directions.
Especially, it gets... I dread the day where it's just you and I on here, Seth, because
I think we can carry it.
We spend so much time just not talking. It'll be like a half hour of just don't give them clear shots. Aim for their leader.
It's just us playing Rainbow Six. That's the one. That's the other one.
Shut the fuck up.
Holy shit! I couldn't think of that one.
So perfect.
That's the other one. That's where this name came from. I don't think we've even said that. The sound clip from Rainbow Six Vegas 2 is the reason it's called this.
I always thought it was a liquor reference.
That was the
meanings. There's multiple meanings.
But it's funny because we only drink whiskey.
Don't give them clear shots. They say the same 3 goddamn lines the entire game. So good, dude. Also play that game. Play Rainbow Six Vegas 2. We officially endorse Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
Oh.
Alright, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.